So, not to get too much into the gossip, but some say it was your tweet that was responsible for starting the beef with Kanye and Wiz over the Max B. Uh, what inspired you to send that tweet? What do you think? What do you think is Max B's legacy, and what does Max B mean to your personality for
Yeah, I can
you
speak. I
personally?
can speak to that better than I can speak to the gossip because at the end of the day, I don't control what other people do. I just control how I feel, and I don't say anything from malicious intent. You know, I don't hate anybody. It's just knowing that in this generation now, I feel like Max B is like Boozy, but Boozy is free. I'm from New Orleans, so you know, I've been hearing about Lil Boozy for so long. So to see in this internet generation where they caught on to the music so much later, and not that that's a problem. That's actually to me a beautiful thing that you can put out some music and then people can catch up to it late as fuck. People don't really know about
Right,
Smack DVD. They know about Smack and URL battles now, but
right.
that Smack DVD era with stack bundles. That 2003 through 2005 era. That's my high
Yeah,
school era, man. That's like sophomore senior year for me, and that was a pivotal time of just me like learning about like other music outside of New Orleans, and I always had an affinity for East Coast rap, being a fan of Jay Z and Biggie and Az and different things like that. But I only knew them from their music videos. I didn't really get a hold of the mixtape era until later, like how
uh
the
huh.
music, like how this new generation is getting the music. So when I fell in love with the mixtape era, I got my hands on all these old clue tapes from the early ones, like the Desert Storm era, the later ones, like Cherry Lounge, you name it, Big Mike, Evil Empire, like
Yeah, yeah,
just a bunch of rap, bro. And a lot of that shit had these guys who are like unsung heroes to how a lot of this shit, are like maybe not like the sonic of the music because the sonic always change, but like the way people carry themselves and the bravado and the way people do things. Hip hop is more than just the sound. Hip hop is more than just the record sales and the jewelry. It's persona. It's what you bring to the game. And
yeah, for sure.
guys like Max B, Stack Bundles, man, they brought some spirit and energy to the game that could never be replaced. You're not saying Jim Jones balling without them guys. And many other records, and just Max B's ability to fearlessly make music and not really worry about a record sale if influenced so many people who are killing the charts. For Wiz Khalifa to see my tweet and for him to make the type of music he make and for him to feel some type of way and agree on it, I feel like there was a point in what I was saying. Not that it was any shade, because I don't throw no shade
Uh
on
huh.
anybody. I just feel like there's a certain thing. I just feel like there's a certain lifestyle thing in hip hop where certain words and certain things are kind of like owned by certain people, and
Right.
when you kind of fall into that, you got to pay homage. Like Drake's a guy who's flipped Juvenile. Girl, you look good. Won't you back that ass up?
Yeah.
And he's paid homage where all my New Orleans girls and shouting it out, and then doing the thing with Houston, and then shouting out Houston and doing things of that nature. And the same thing with ASAP Rocky. So
Right.
with the whole thing, it's like I just want anybody to think, whether you taking some shit from the Bay, whether you taking some shit from Max B, you might not be thinking of them at the moment, but consult somebody maybe before you go out publicly because
Yeah.
I've been paying homage because that's how much Stack Bundles and Max B influences me. I listen to that shit daily. You can pull up interviews from 2012 where I caught flack for going on tour with Crooks and Castles who made wavy shirts, and I was just like, man, I fuck with that. Somebody else fucks with the wavy, and somebody else appreciate that Max B made something so powerful, and people are not trying to have any type of malicious intent, trying to like make it turn it into their own. Like people are putting this out because we understand Max B didn't have the platform like radio to get his music out to a broader space,
Right.
and
Right.
that to me doesn't take away anyone's effect on music. When you make music, you're a musician. It's people who've created jazz that get sampled in hip hop all the time, and their name will never be as big as the artist that sampled them. But that's the
Right.
beauty of music and being an artist, that you get the ability to pay homage and the things that influence you and the things that inspire you.
Exactly.
And you should
Exactly.
take the time to like I feel like pay respect. This is just my opinion at the end of the day,
For
though.
sure.